We fucking live, bitch. We live, bitch. We live, bitch. Don't go nowhere, little bitty.
Wendy's fries are always hot and crispy.
We live, bitch. Live, bitch. Don't go nowhere, little bitty. Where you going, little bitty?
You done.
Ravens lose.
I mean, we got some shit to get to. I want to know why my fucking tight end ain't released yet, bro. Like, come on, man. The bullshit. Why we gotta deal with the bullshit? Why we gotta deal with the bullshit?
Seahawks.
Why we gotta deal with the bullshit? We ain't talking points right now, man. Listen, man, down again. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Down 14 points, turn around 28, 21 in a rival game, in division rival game. Are them Tampa Bay Buccaneers for real? We got a lot to talk about. Let's get to the news, man. We got a lot to talk about today. Got a lot to talk about. RDL just came out of their fourth draft, and a lot of things shook in that draft. And after the draft, has been nothing but things going down.
Bears.
Oh my God. The LA Chargers travel into Baltimore, and do they interrupt their ring ceremony? All the fans was flying high in Ravens Nation, and then they took a 6 point loss in the game that they lost after the ring ceremony. We'll talk about it, man. We always got the same conversations going on when it comes down to the draft. How about these guys drafting, and what the hell went where, how, when, and why? It was a lot of really good athletes in college football this year. You know, the transfer portal be going crazy, so these guys get opportunities, and guys that you probably wouldn't have seen, even get drafted, became third round picks, second round picks, and some first round picks. These guys left schools, went to different schools, got the opportunity to play. I mean, I think it's great for college football right now to have free agency in college football. I think it's like completely great, because now it affords a whole bunch of people an opportunity to still realize their pro dreams. And last night, that exact thing happened 2 nights ago, where Game of Thrones draft happened, and we got a whole bunch of young men. They was getting that phone call from the commissioner, and couldn't wait to get on the stage and give him a motherfucking dap up. And these guys can't wait to get into the cities that they were drafted and make things happen right now. You know what I'm talking about? Now, who won in the draft this year? Who lost? Hey, we got winners and losers all the time, right? As we continue to talk, man, we got teams that we gonna keep a spotlight on all year to figure out what's going on. I think one of those teams are the Las Vegas Raiders. I think we're looking at the last run of the Las Vegas Raiders. I think we're not. I don't know if they're Snake, man. I just feel like this, bro. I don't think their coach is going to make it through the season. I think they're going to fire him.
Mm. Man, you bring in all them vets. You got big expectations, man. Just A Rod last hurrah.
I
He
mean,
had a
I'm
lot of vets over there, man. Just
yeah, and I think that's the thing. He put all his eggs in one basket and went hard, go big or go home, and they kept going home in the go big moments.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That can put some wear and tear on a coach, man. Especially if he ain't built for tough. Not saying their coach ain't built for tough, but a lot of guys
It
don't
can
fight
set a
through.
franchise back, man. It's
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
go
yeah.
all in like they did, and so many vets, and not prepared for the future. Like it's kind of like it's tough to turn a team around in 1 year, and they're at that point where it's like well, where do we go from here?
Listen, fellas, we will be dropping the 33-year-olds that belong being dropped, right? Uh, Remember, if your guy wasn't top five in stats, he won't keep at least a superstar. He will drop down. I am going to do that. So don't start cutting these guys. Leave them on your roster so we can drop them and we can save you some money that way. If you cut them yourself, it is what it is. Then we got to go on free agency and find them and then sign them and then take their abilities off and all, because then other guys are going to pick those players up and wait for us to see it, catch it before they give a fuck. It's just part of the nature of the league. So if you got a guy on your team that hit the 33-year-old or 35-year-old threshold that we have in place for the old heads, keep them on your roster and allow us, to fix everything over there. And in the process of dropping them, we'll kill his signing bonus and you'll save money. That's coming. Just waiting for Max happy ass to get back from happy hour. So tomorrow that'll be probably the first thing on the docket for us to be dropping the 33-year-olds. Snake, man, look, bro, you went crazy in the 2025 draft. You had the picks to go crazy in the 2026 draft, but you went crazy all year long and being one of the most talked about coaches last year when it came down to trades and rumors and things like that of nature. How did you feel about this year's draft, man?
Man, it was interesting to see some. I mean, I almost want to say, man, did we halfway? Did we see some teams or some GMs actually grow up a little bit?
Hmm.
Possibly. I mean,
We did. We definitely did.
like D West. He normally at McDonald's, but like we actually seen him take quite a few offensive linemen.
Yo, their war room was at Dunkin' Donuts, right? And they
Exactly.
and they had the cameras there. Jerry Jones got the money to do whatever he wants. So they took the theme of their coach, they took the rumors of their coach, and they turned it into a marketing strategy, which was
Small fry,
genius.
Big Mac.
Right.
The hogs on the hill, Cowboys for real.
They had 10 big body women. Now we ain't talking about the ones that you want to see. We talking about the ones you be like, ah, hell no. That when you're in the club and she come up to you to dance and shit, you start dancing the other way.
hmm
Oh
Hit
hell
him with
no.
the motherfucking Oibert joint. What's
Right,
the clumps?
right. Well, Jerry Jones picked cheerleader outfits on them, and every time they made a pick, they had them selecting the players. And the theme of the day was go big, and they wasn't lying because they attacked that offensive line. Yo, you never seen a coach in this league go with the 31st pick in the draft, offensive line, with the 32 pick in the draft, offensive line, with the 6th pick in the second round, offensive line. Like, are they not telling us that their quarterback they drafted, that they know is their franchise guy? Are they not telling us we're going to protect this guy this year? We're not playing with y'all.
I mean, we'll see. When you go lose a Tryon Smith last year, you bring in a rookie quarterback.
Zach
I
Martin in
mean,
Pittsburgh, like you
yep,
start
Zach
losing,
Martin
yeah.
in Pittsburgh. Like, man, if you actually look on that roster, I mean, damn, how many offensive linemen? He might have set a record for most offensive linemen drafted. One,
Steelers.
two, three. Sheesh. He drafted quite a few of them, man.
His first three picks was offensive lineman, and he ain't missed on none of them.
Mm-mm-mm.
He did his thing, man. Who else
That was
popped up?
something
Who else
else
popped up?
that caught your eye?
Yeah, what else popped across the screen on you? I was like, like good shit.
I seen some interior linemen. I seen people not necessarily jumping just for wide receivers all the time in that first round. Like it seemed like some other positions went. Um,
I think
Definitely interested to
the
see
first
D line.
receiver went to the Cleveland Browns, and that was because he wasn't drafting because they drafted two receivers the year before. If it wasn't a computer pick, I don't think we would have seen a receiver go in the top 20 picks, bro.
Yeah,
First
yeah,
time. That's how. For honestly, bro, that's how it's supposed to be. Because that's one of the deepest positions in the draft. That's how it's supposed to be, bro. And then you saw guys reaching. You saw guys reaching and grabbing some receivers, but you know that some guys just can't help themselves.
yeah. Some guys definitely just receiver. It ain't no.
Some guys, you know, they look at receivers like this, like, man, look, this bitch got some good ass coochie. But that bitch burning like a motherfucker. She done burnt you, and
Fuck it.
you still hitting that shit. Like, fuck it,
Fuck it. I got some
raw dog.
penicillin up in the
All right,
cabinet at
fuck it,
home.
raw
I'ma
diggity.
still hit that jump.
This bitch
Pop me
burning
a
like a
Molly
motherfucker.
out sweat.
Right.
Woo!
That's how they look at these motherfucking receivers. Like, man, that bitch burning, but fuck it.
Dutch.
Let me go get that. Every time you hit it, this is what you hear as soon as you hitting it. You start whack 'em, whack 'em, whack 'em. In the background, you hear.
Oh shit. Steven. Steven keep eating that. Steven keep
You
eating
still
that
eating
Big
that?
Mac.
You eating that
That
motherfucking
junk
Big Mac
spitting
with
out college
mayonnaise on it?
cheese.
Oh my god, niggas is crazy. They in there drafting the shit out them receivers. Like fuck it, they burning, but I'm still hitting that. Could fuck that. That's what they do. But would you go to fuck this damn? What happened to you? Oh yeah, you did say your knee was messed up. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, yo, I thought it was some solid. Hey, all right, it was some good running backs in this draft. Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. There was a Derrick Henry in this draft, and I got mixed emotions about it because he went somewhere that I'm mad about. Right now, there was a 250 pound running back in this draft. What are you doing? Let me get it. Let me get it right off it. Let me get it. You can get another one. Cause I want tissue. We're gonna be some freak booty shit on the middle of the motherfucker podcast.
Pop the Molly. I'm sweating. Woo!
Lowell Colts got him.
Nah, the coach didn't get his ass. The fucking Packers got his ass and then moved him right to a fullback. The thing is, he was built to be able to play fullback and tailback. But I just think it was the most dumbest fucking decision by a GM to move him directly to the fullback. You should have left him at tailback flat out and let him develop at tailback because he's already good enough to play fullback. That don't mean you can't have him on the depth chart and and formation subbing him at fullback. But like, and I get it, they got that kid already over there, Tyreek Melvin. But I just think a player of that size, that strength, that type of build is supposed to stay at H back, bro.
You don't even know.
Mm-mm-mm.
I ain't say nothing.
We saw
Might
we
not be there for
we saw
you.
we saw the Vic brothers, right? You got Tyrone Vic, the super. I want to say this. For a tight end to go first in the draft a couple of drafts ago, he had a uphill climb in a sense. Like he was a day one starter, right? I'm talking about Tyrone Vic, the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens. He was solid from rookie year till, but he if it wasn't Lamar Jackson throwing the ball to him in the playoffs all the way up into the Super Bowl, I think he's the MVP for that offense. Although they had multiple guys that had claims to it, and with Lamar winning it, I'm talking about game for game from wild card to Super Bowl. Tyrone Vic made money last year in last year's postseason. Like the endorsement deals, all that shit. And for him to have two twin brothers in the draft, and the brother that plays running back goes in the first round, and the very next pick. Think about this: when you twins, one come out, the other one's right behind. In our draft, one got picked,
Okay.
and the other one went
Other one
right
was right
after
behind.
him, right behind him. Like, just think about the storyline that's there, right, with the Vic kids, and then you got Tyrone Vic again, who just, you had over 2 billion people watching the Super Bowl. I mean, that's 2 billion more fans that Tyrone Vic has. I mean, the commercial deals and all that shit is skyrocketed out the roof. And his two twin brothers, the storyline you get to talk there about that football family. At the end of the day, they're all related to Michael and Marcus Vick. We all know the storyline. And look, not for nothing, not for nothing. One of those Vicks are in Atlanta right now.
6'5", 235. You
Al-
know
MJ and Alex,
Colorado.
right? MJ and Alex. Alex is actually in Atlanta right now. That's crazy. What else we saw in that draft, man? The fact that the Cardinals went in the first round and brought a running back in when they had a solid running back in Keontae Ingram. Let's talk about that. Like, what decision was there? And what I'm hearing out of that camp over there is that that kid will be the starter very soon. That he's
Wow.
absolutely as advertised.
Yeah, man. We don't see that happen too often. The Cards take it back high at
Packers.
all.
Right. Just think, look, man, let's just talk about the Vicks that came out. You had Michael Vick. Would you say he ran a 4.3 or a 4.2 during
Uh,
his heyday?
4-2.
You say more like a 4.2?
4-2. More like a 4-2. Maybe a low 4-3 if it was a 4. Oh, man, that jump was
Well,
hundreds of seconds away.
his nephew Tyrone Vick, we know for a fact ran a low 4.3, 95 speed, right? He ran a 4.32, and then you got MJ Vick who ran a 4.3, and then you got Alex who runs a 4.4. I mean, the speed is in that family.
Man, well, the name Vic, man, that's the bloodline. You know, they got, it's like Flash. They got them, what's them jumps that Flash had? Them particles,
Yeah,
them
right.
speed
The
particles
speeder
over
particles, right? He just running. He's just running.
there. They got the speed force in them, in their bodies, in their family.
It was
The Vic
it.
force.
It was another little brother that came out in his draft, man. Lenny Lamb for the Baltimore Ravens, their strong safety. His brother came out, Max Lamb at cornerback. Where did he go?
Lenny Lamb.
Lenny Lamb's little brother Max Lamb is in somewhere. Where did he go?
Um,
Where did he go? Max Lamb, the cornerback. Who picked him up, man?
let's look. Let's see. He was a cornerback.
Yep.
Did somebody say something?
Tyquan Thornton in game one had 10 catches for 234 yards and a touchdown. Kelsey. Look, the Kelsey family is
Wow.
still running around in the league.
Max Lamb to the Eagles.
To the
Okay.
Eagles. Wow. Max Lamb goes to the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what else family name was huge in this? And we knew this name from Madden 22. The Cannon family.
Cannon. They had an
Three of them
offensive lineman.
Three of them came out this year. All three of them came out this year. An offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and a wide receiver. All came out.
Mm-mm-mm.
Two out of the three went to the Carolina Panthers. And I think the offensive lineman went to the 49ers. I mean, we had some things going on, man. Now,
I
look, we're
tell you
all
another thing. Another thing.
Max took
You
my
take a team
WR
like the
cannon.
Vikings who traded their first round pick for two offensive linemen prior to the draft instead of sitting still,
right.
standing put. Like I think the offseason interesting is interesting to see some teams evolve and some things work out for some players. Like the Vikings, then they traded for two offensive linemen that was at
Yep.
threshold in the 90s
They
already.
they took that 13th overall pick, sent that shit to Carolina Panthers, and I think that's the reason why Panthers was able to go get the Cannons. But anyway, what they did. But look, we've been waiting for the Vikings to do this. We've been waiting for them. I mean, that roster is the legit playoff roster over there. Simple as that. So we just been waiting for the GM and the coach to make decisions to help accelerate that process. And I think they did that with bringing in two full time starters, as like you said, 90 or above thresholds to help block for that quarterback they got over there because they do have their franchise quarterback over there. So I like it. I like the things that went on in this. I like it. Well, who else had? Who else? Who else had? Well, we had to highlight the Buffalo Bills, right? That was the team that we said was under fire, and they made a decision to keep Josh Allen. Right?
Yeah,
Was that decision good?
kept
Josh Allen threw for
kept
410
Josh
yards
Allen,
in week one,
kept
five
Diggs.
touchdowns.
They decided to run it back, man. You got to get that coach and that organization, not going into panic mode, blowing it up, and just putting everything, all the pieces back together and run it back, man. I mean, we got to see it play out, but I'm not upset with him. I'm not upset with them running things back. Sometimes some organizations tend to blow up a little bit too quick and rush them youngers in the fire, man. I don't, I'm not upset with it to move at all.
Listen, you know who else? I think one was a big time winner in the draft. I think the Denver
Top 3
Broncos.
QBS from the
I
East.
think the Denver Broncos won this draft. They had not won overall. I'm not gonna say they were the winning team, but they won in this draft. Let me tell you a storyline. Let's go back and talk. I had a talk with this coach. This coach was in. I will say this. This coach usually got itchy fingers, itchy hands, right? You know, when your right hand itching, put it in your pocket and wait for it to stop itching. The longer it takes to stop itching, how much money you grade that's coming your way, right? Blessings. I think they saw some things in the draft and was like, fuck that. I got to do this, this, and that to get to the shit I want. And like, it was a 3 or 4 day process of conversating with this guy to let him trust your process. And I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna tell you what I told him before the draft last night. Stop worrying about trading and jumping around, bro. Trust the process. If you don't like your roster after the draft is over, I'm gonna show you some love. That's exact words came out of his mouth. I mean, out of my mouth. The only text message, DM, call I got from him is what corner over there on the block. That's it. So that tell you he stayed still, trust the process, and I'm telling you, he had one of the better drafts this year.
Hmm.
How about them 49ers, man? They kind of came into this draft looking like you did the
Man,
year before. How did they fare? I know I saw a lot of safeties going to the 49ers. It was something that I kept seeing, over the first 3 drafts, like safety, 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 like or make me a safety. Da, da, da. Like, did they do their thing with those picks? They had the 10th and 16th pick. Did they do their thing?
did we see a few more teams this draft try to take that Bucks approach? They seen me load up on picks last year and see what
Uh
we
huh.
did in the draft.
Yep.
Kind of seen a few more teams, and some of those teams actually kind of followed the format. They kind of went interior interior linemen.
Yep.
Sheesh, the Bucks. I mean, the 49ers, another team that drafted a couple of offensive linemen and D linemen. They
Yep.
went to go draft one of the top defensive end, Geo Adams.
Mm-hmm.
Then they drafted two or three offensive linemen themselves in the first couple rounds. So,
Yeah. Seemed like they figured it out.
which is a change for him.
Yeah.
They're often a wide receiver,
I just
cornerback,
I
tight
think
end.
they still have something with Debo Samuels. I looked at him before the off season and I thought, is it rat for Debo? I think Debo still can be a vital part of that offense over there.
Man, he has his own playbook set of plays for him. Period. You have to be able to find a way to get him involved. With that being said, think this is a team I kind of look to trade a Debo. If you don't trade Debo, you're supposed to get. I think you think about moving on from from George Kittle.
Yeah, yeah,
You're supposed to
yeah.
move
Because
on from one of
they
those
dra-
a year or two
they
ago.
could yeah they drafted they drafted heavy at the tight end position in the first three drafts. So
So it's almost
they,
like you didn't move on from Kittle. It's almost like you have to. Well, I guess you don't. You didn't move on from Kittle. You have to move down for Debo. But with that being said, they did move on from Bosa, and they still sitting on two first round picks right now.
right
So
now, yep, right now. So how about this, man? After week one regular season play, the AFC East quarterbacks are leading the passing stat top performers right now. Mike Cubbett, 70%, 596, 5 touchdowns. Vernon Sharper, 57%, but 447, 5 touchdowns.
I wasn't even gonna go on a week one, but I hate man. This is a public service announcement, man. Look, since you going into scores already week one, man. How about them Titans, man, getting that drive together, buckling down, going out here, getting them putting up 44 points week one, man. Can we get some love to the Titans, man?
Look, bro.
Malik Willis, man, they put up
Look, bro.
44 week one and beat the Browns.
Look, bro. I'm just telling you like this, man. And he had the first pick in every round. And after the draft, that man made some GM decisions, and this is when you win. I'm gonna tell you like this. He was one of the people I made trades with after the draft, and I don't think he's coming out of them trades and feeling like, damn, I shouldn't have gave up the number one tight end
His
that went
defense
number
was
one in the
seamless
draft.
that gained that
That
far.
man came out, gained damn near six fucking players and two trades, and now that roster can look at the other rosters in his division and say we can compete.
Hey
We
man,
can
I
compete.
just say that's starting off the season the right way, man. I think this is an impressive win. I think this is an impressive win, and that just goes to one of them off season. He obviously made some off season moves
Hmm.
and went through his draft process, man. Have we seen the Titans put up 44 points at all?
Never.
Like 44
Snake, but Snake, it
20s,
come
man.
down to this,
That's
bro.
got to give him a shout out, man.
It come down
Got to give
to
him some shout out.
you. If you're the Titans, you don't make a trade unless it's going to elevate your football team. You can't bring in these guys sitting on a superstar and they only at
Well, with
85
one
overall or
turnover,
82 overalls and shit like that. You got to make sure. This is what I would say for those guys that got top five picks and guys want your picks. You control the conversation. You got the floor. For them to get your pick, they got to give you what the fuck you want. Look, I tried to send two first round picks to the Saints. He's sitting at four. My pitching point was, it's my draft and it's still the first round. You got two picks in the first round. He told me, hell no, stayed at four. I ain't mad at it. I kept going. But look when I did go to the sixth pick in the first round, and I sent two first round picks to the Dallas Cowboys, and they literally protecting their quarterback right away off those two picks.
man, like I say, we just seen some people move a little bit different ways. Some teams move different ways this year, and I think it was interesting, man.
Guys was actively looking to make their teams better this year. Like, come on, Snake, you don't do what you did in last year's draft, and the 49ers don't do what they do if he was scared to pull a trigger and trades with you. You absolutely, and they're 1-0 right now. You absolutely have a hand to play in their success right now and their elevation as of right now, right? Because they got to look at their moves and say we won.
like they replaced Bosa with a young and upcoming star. They attacked their interior offensive and defensive linemen, and they're still sitting on a couple of draft picks over there.
Hmm.
Um, they're in the transition. I like the fact that they kept them vets around and to groom some of these youngsters as well. It's just, I guess he's made a decision. Bosa was the only one he had to trade, so ride out with. I'm sorry, we're still keeping hearing that old boy that they do have a wide receiver on the block, man. Uh,
Who, the
I
49ers?
guess, yeah, I believe. Drew, I mean, is old boy Debo still on the block, man? You can let us know, man. Debo still might be on the block, apparently, man.
Mm,
I
mm.
mean, I'm not mad at it.
If the Raiders
Okay,
get that, if the Raiders are still locked and loaded, I can see them going to go get them.
man. Okay, shoot, I guess the 49ers, the revolving, that door is still open to be continued. They not done yet, apparently, possibly.
Hmm. All right, let's start at the position group that came out this year's draft, and obviously we go to the quarterback position. Now we're gonna talk about the top two quarterbacks, right, and where they went.
Devo still can be had.
All right, the Green Bay Packers selected Isaiah Goodrich. Now look, this wasn't a deep quarterback group, but the top two quarterbacks, and I would say it might be one more that we can actually talk about, but the top two quarterbacks, right, that were in this draft
Hmm.
were guys that will be guys that will have to come to a team right now and play. But the way the draft is going, I think if the teams that didn't pick these guys, the way the draft was going, we might be looking at guys that would have been backups for a year. Now,
Um,
let's talk about
Devo
the
still
Green Bay
on
Packers for a
ways.
second, Snake. When you draft, when you draft a quarterback for like three drafts straight, it equates to you not winning ball games, and I think we see that when it comes down to the Green Bay Packers. But I'll ask you this: did they get it right though this year? Because they didn't spend a first round pick on this quarterback. They got him in the second round, and they got a starter that they not gonna have to pay first round money to.
uh, I'm not
Who
mad at them. I'm not really mad at them going back in the well again this year. When you get a quarterback that basically has the floor of your present quarterback but has a higher ceiling,
uh-huh.
you kind of make that move. They took him in the second round, so he didn't really jump, and his floor is at least equal to it, or not a little bit greater than their present quarterbacks. Um, I actually like the move, man.
Yeah, man. Look, 85 overall. He's ranked right now. Isaiah Goodrich is the 35th ranked quarterback in the league based on his overall. 85% put him in the top 25% of quarterbacks. His morale. Isaiah Goodrich has 52 morale, which is not currently impacting his overall yet, but his traits: personality, intense, balanced quarterback style, throwaway. He's oblivious to sense of pressure, predictable player, discipline, penalty tendency. So this guy is legit. He's comfortable. And what they did was they got themselves a dual threat quarterback. I mean, anytime you run a 4-4, 4-5, you got speed, man. 92 speed, 92 excel. He got really good agility, high carrying strength, change of direction, solid. This is a runner. This is a guy that
I'm
can fling
glad
the
you
ball,
read
running
that
the
off.
ball. Mm-mm-mm.
Glad you read that off and say he's a 35th. What I mean by his floor is about his other quarterback ceiling. You go to his other existing quarterback, it says he's a 37. Ben Light is a 37th ranked quarterback in the league.
So let me ask, so let me ask you this. They did draft a quarter. Let me ask you this: do you make this draft? Do you make this pick if you're the Green Bay Packers?
Yeah, second round, I think it's a great pick
Great
for him,
pick for him,
man.
second round,
It's
complete.
a
I
great
agree.
pick.
I agree.
Only thing, and I'll take a look. I don't know. Okay, I guess they have semi. They did address their offensive line. Is okay. Yeah, I could make that. That's a great pick. They had lost Badiari last year,
Uh
and I
huh.
didn't see if they definitely had a replacement, but they are at least addressing the offensive line. You know what I mean? Taking some picks on offensive linemen. So each year look like they grab one. Yeah, I think it's a great pick for them. They went early defense last year, interior defense last year. Tried to ride it out. You had to shoot. They went. Yeah, I like that pick. It's a great pick for them. It's a
And
good
then
pick.
they got him in the second round, pick 12. So like, yeah, it was a great pick. The other quarterback we're gonna talk about went in the second round as well, but he went pick number two, Eric Jeffries. Now, you saw it all on his face because this was the guy that was sitting in the green room waiting to come shake the commissioner and Hit's hand. and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't go in the first 32 picks. Everything screamed Lamar Jackson, Lamar Jackson, how he was dropping, and then the Ravens made the trade with the Eagles to get back in the first round and get him. Nothing like that happened, and this guy went third overall in the second round. And you saw it. I want to know this though: does it motivate a guy like this when he walking on the stage, stake the commission hand, and the commission say, you know, you're the only guy that was left in the green room that didn't come out in the first round. But you stayed here. You didn't go home. You came back out for day two, and you got your chance to walk across the stage. The fact that you wasn't the first round pick, what does that say to you, right? And I think his answer is going to explain everything. I just want to know, was it a real answer? We came to experience the draft. Although we would have liked to come out in the first round, we're fine. We just wanted to play for the team that wanted us, and the Lions wanted us. So I'm gonna give them my all. How do you feel about that response from Jeffries?
Man, I think man, it's a very interesting pick for this organization, man. This organization we know is at a turning point. Had some decisions to make in this off season, but one thing we know we heard this owner say he's been dealing with so much other stuff in the
Right,
Players Association and everything, and
right,
he's
right.
back committed to bringing this team to winning ways. So like man, what do you do that? You got to address the most important position and upgrade at the most important position on your team. So not only did he upgrade, you took you bought a guy in, that was dropping, so had that extra burn, that extra fire to go out here and light it up. We heard the owner say that this division is theirs, period, no questions asked. He drafted a day one best quarterback in the draft. Like man, the sky's the limit over there with some of these weapons out there in Detroit. These all
Another
veterans around him.
another guy ranked number 26, so he was the number one quarterback on the board. Now he wasn't the number one player in the draft. We'll talk about that in a second. That was on everybody's mock draft board as this is the best player in college football for the 26 class. We'll talk about it. But this quarterback was high. He was third on the list, third or fourth on the list, and he goes in the second round, pick three. I mean, pick two. Just look at the core attributes. 96 throw power. 90, 90, 90. Right, awareness. They sitting on 80, throw on him, run 85. He has 88 speed, 88 excel. When you're looking at a 4.6 guy, Snake, the guy's agile. He can get them things done on the ground in his offense as well. Um, my thing
He's
is this:
everything you look for.
they put their all in Tyler Huntley. This when they traded for Tyler Huntley, I could say this: we saw Tyler Huntley's floor and we saw his ceiling. And because of the ceiling, they needed to go quarterback, man. And the fact that they went quarterback and they got him in the second is very important for this program's future because the owner did make a bold statement. And look, after you make a bold statement like that, and then you don't even play your first game, is a little hard. You gotta come back from that, right? Now we get it, things family issues and things that's going on that he got that's more important than a video game. But we want to know what the mindset of this coach is. Can he lead this team? Look, man, look. Deion Sanders took Jacksonville to a championship game, and they ain't had no water for the first 6 games. So we see coaches that can still lock in when they under a lot of issues and stuff like that. Does this coach have that makeup itself? Um, and that's going to be the question that he's going to have to answer. But look, did he put a target on his back in the NFC North, telling them guys he's back and this is his division?
And then drafting a quarterback and not really jumping, sitting there waiting, letting them fall to you. Like, man, it's
361 yards in his first game, threw 2 touchdowns and 1 pick in that game. He wasn't sacked at all. 58. But I would say he had a good day for a rookie quarterback.
I have to agree.
Mm-mm-mm.
This is tough. It's interesting.
All right, so that's the first two quarterbacks. This is the guy that everybody and their mamas was talking about when it came out of quarterbacks: Goodrich and Jeffries. Kyle Overton, 6'5", out of James Madison, man. You know James Madison jumped from FCS to FBS, right? And Kyle Overton, we have an Overton in the league. You know who he played for? He was special. My question to you is, we just saw what Vernon Sharper did in week 1. Is Kyle a guy that's going to sit behind Sharper and just, learn the game of football, learn the NFL?
Mm,
And
There's
do
other
he do
quarterbacks
he
they got to
ever
talk
see
about right now.
do he ever see a starting job on the Miami Dolphins roster, or is this a guy that'll get traded and be a starter somewhere else?
There for injuries, I didn't really see too many more rookies of quarterbacks that went into good situations for their immediate future.
Mark
Like you never
Parks.
know what the future holds, but the present, nah, ain't nothing else I can talk about.
Right, and when you look at it, you just got to give these guys their flowers though. Ben Cutler, I don't see him playing at all. Keep on going. The next guy is Mark Parks, and he's the backup. Listen, when quarterbacks come out, there's a lot of these quarterbacks that know they're going to go to a third and string quarterback, clipboard holder, or number 2 quarterback, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody can't be a starter. Let's slide to the running back position, Snake. Now, let me ask you: was this running back room as good as last year's running back room, or was it top heavy?
Jeez, I don't think we're going to see any. Oh man, it's hard. Oh man, it's some dog running backs that came out this year. Some burners that came out. It's different kind of running backs that came out, man. It's definitely a running back draft.
Yeah, and we had
I
a
think
couple of them
last
went in
year
the
was
first
really
round.
top heavy.
Look,
I think
last
last year
year
you had
we had two that
two
went
top heavy
in the
years.
top
You had
10,
two
right?
starters, the Patriots and Jets. Yep,
Motherfucking, we had 2 that went in the
I
top
believe
10,
so.
and I think 3 went in the first round because the Jets running back was a first round pick. I'm assuming. Let's go look at him, see where he at.
Yeah, Morrison.
Morrison was a first round pick, right? Was he? Nah, he went the second round, pick 3.
Man,
All
the
right.
Saints went first one.
Yeah, Saints went running back their first pick. All right, so let's take a look at it. All right, now we'll go to the Saints running back first because he was the number 1 running back in the draft, right? And his overall is showing that
Mm-hmm.
good pick. But you're looking at a 5'9", 211-pound running back out of USC, yeah, USC and shit. And he's a speed demon, man. 96 speed. You're looking at 95 agility, change of direct 94. This guy is legit. This is the definition of an elusive running back. My question to you is, with the shag on the back of his neck, my question to you is, should he have been the 4th pick in that draft for the Saints?
I don't think the Saints should have went running back. I mean, I think they have two running backs that are same, close to that same, with that same kind of build on their roster. I believe. Like,
Yeah, they do. They got 2 really good
they
running
got
backs back to back
Fitzgerald,
drafts.
96, 215, and then yeah, they have another Randall. Yeah, they got like a couple running backs over there. Like,
Now, come full circle to me telling you
yeah,
earlier, we wanted to send the 31st and 32nd pick in the first round to the Saints for the 4th pick. And they said hell no. So by them saying hell no, do you think this guy was already who they wanted? Like this was a lock. You got 3 picks in front of you. Maybe one of the guys
I
they
ain't gonna
wanted.
doubt him, but it's just something he's seen.
What do you
Maybe
see?
somebody left, or he just had a particular. Maybe he just got a particular. Damn, sheesh. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody gotta get that owner and see what this coach. This got to be a pay attention on. Like you got him on your team already,
Right.
and he was an early pick. Like I don't
Like
Fitzgerald. I
Fitzgerald is
think he
exactly
could be
this
the
running
same
back.
player.
Yeah. I mean, let's see what he did in
They
week
don't
1.
need really to wait.
3 carries, 5 yards, 1.7. He had a miserable day. Nobody can really get it going with that type of production through 3 carries, bro. Um,
Oh shit.
but the next guy we're gonna talk about is MJ Vick, and we're looking at
Yeah, he
MJ.
got the speed though.
He comes in the league right now as the 46th ranked halfback in the league. Um, but what do I like about MJ? One, let's talk about the 5'10", 227-pound body. He got the frame.
227.
He got the frame that can be at every down back for this team. And look, not only that, when you look at his core attributes, man, you're looking at a guy that's sitting on a 92 break tackle, 4'3" guy, 94 speed, 94 excel. So you got a power back that got nothing but look. I mean, come on, Snake. 95 agility, 95 change of direct, 94 spin, 96 juke, 82 strength, 96 ball vision, 80 carrying. He catches the ball really well out of the backfield, and you can run in between tackles. Do you see why that is a buzz in the desert right now about this running back, MJ Vick?
227.
At four, do you think the Saints
That's
missed?
scary.
Do you think the Saints missed this back at four? If you wanted to go running back, is this not the back to take at four?
Definitely. Yep. Definitely.
Now, week one, let's see the production of. We only had 4 carries. This nigga had point 0.8 yards a carry. They better get it going over there. So them to have that type of hype around him, sheesh. But it was the Keontae Ingram show. They played the one of the Super Bowl representative teams in the
Panthers were
Panthers.
supposed to, yeah.
Yeah, so they had to go with their.
Matter of fact, the Panthers knocked them out. The Panthers knocked them out the playoffs in the NFC Championship game. So you know he
Yeah, that was a get back.
just
That was a get back game.
yeah.
But I definitely
That,
see nothing but upside with Vic here. Let's go look at some more of these running backs that came out to draft. All right, Eugene Myers goes to the Falcons. I don't see too much coming out of that. Demar Meekins back up for a third string running back for the Baltimore Ravens. I think that was a depth chart thing. You got Delonte Jackson, 5'9", 197 out of Georgia. Anytime you get a Georgia back, so now they got 2 Georgia running backs in their backfield. But I don't think he takes carry take. I think he'll carry the football. He'll play for them. But you know who their back is over there. They got one of the cooks in the building, so I don't see too much change in there. Uh, then you get the Rams who got Alex Wiggins. Uh, Marshall Falk don't get a lot of carries over there as it is. But they got some depth here. I'm not looking at this guy to see the field yet. How about Thaddeus Boner?
but we heard him say he gonna learn how to become a runner though.
Right. When first of all, what's
um,
going on with Jonathan Taylor? That's the first thing, right? And then the second thing is they go get themselves. I would say a pretty solid running back here. Um,
third round. This is like a third round pick. Third round pick 9, man.
and this
Sheesh.
guy gonna play. He's gonna see the field. He's not gonna be a starter, but I think he's gonna see the field. Honest to God, the coach are transitioning their offense from a 50 carry game team to they throw the ball and they have a really unique offense that they're trying to master right now. And I just think anytime you
Well,
bring depth in the building, it helps.
man, this could be a goofy pick too. I mean, at least it's a third round pick because the coach did the same thing that we just talked about the Saints. You go look at the Saints. The coach drafted the same kind of running back in the draft last year.
Boy.
5'9", 210 pounds, 5'8", 214. Like,
And they're making these picks. This is not the computer making picks for them. They're making these picks. So would you say when it come down?
third round, like,
So what do you say about the Saints mulling at the fourth overall pick, and then Thaddeus Boner going in the third round to the Colts? Are they miss picks there?
man, you go look at the Colts offensive line. They start with one of the better offensive lines, and like I just don't. Well, they did bring him another guy in now. Like it's just other stuff. I think that had to really take a look through their team. Just other place they could have addressed in the third round. Running back, I would he could have waited. Like same time of running back as
Yeah,
his backup.
yeah, that's big. Look, we was very
He
high
kind of
on
like
we was very high on MJ Vick, bro, and we had the sixth pick, right? But when you draft Demetrius Teller the year before. That's exactly the same running back. It would be stupid to make that type of pick, and we did fumble around it, because Vic. We really care about our Vic, and he wanted his little brother to play for him. He wanted one of his brothers getting drafted, and we had to really flirt with taking the linebacker or the running back. But in both cases, we had those guys at those positions, so it was like kind of can't do it, right?
Coach should have addressed linebackers. No way they should have drafted another running back. Their linebacker room is terrible. They only got three cornerbacks on their roster, and their cornerback room is not up to par. So like, I think this is but see, this is what we talk about. But you got six safeties over
But
here.
because you
Like,
know what happens, Snake, when you start off early and you have early success, the moment that success go away, you don't have the same intensity to keep that success. Guys start folding, bro. Like I'm sorry, but when you are dominating the AFC South and winning games against some of the bigger coaches in the league outside of your division, the moment the struggle happens, you don't fight yourself as a GM to make sure you fix those holes and things. Like, look, man, right now the Titans and the Jaguars have caught up to the Colts roster wise, and I would say might even have better rosters than them. Like, you got to keep working, man.
this is
Like, you got to
why,
stay locked into your
this
team,
is why
bro.
they losing them games.
Yeah,
That's why they losing some of them games. If you look at this, the second and third level on their defense, they have no really linebackers and three cornerbacks, but they got 6 or 7 safeties. So it's like
for what?
this is part of the reason. This is a big part of the reason why we've seen a shift in that division.
And it
It's gonna
start
be
with
real
decision
interesting if the
making,
Titans can make a push in this division.
right,
Starting the off season,
man? All right, so you got
talking
Shamar.
about some teams like the Vikings.
Shamir Allison goes to the 49ers. 5'10", 226 out of North Carolina State. Big boulder ball type running back to help out in that backfield with the speed demon they got back there already. Ezekiel Callahan is another Ezekiel running back goes to the Cowboys.
We
81.
talking about Allison Shamir. Not to cut you off, but that's what we talking about. Like that's actually a good pick. Like that's an early pick, and yet you got Elijah Mitchell, but Elijah Mitchell is 5'10", 201 pounds, 97
Right.
speed. He got him another running back in the third round, but he 5'10", 226. You got him something you didn't have over there.
Yep.
Um,
And it gives you a different way. Like, cause look, he can run the ball and he's a tough runner, so it can give you them first down, Gary, first third and three, second and two, those type of runs, third and ones, those type of runs. This guy can play big for you in the red zone as well. What about Ezekiel Callahan for the Cowboys? 5'11", 227. Listen, man, this guy got 92 break tackle, 92 truck, and 92 stiff arm, ball vision 90, carrying on 80 right now. We're not looking at a ass running back to come help out with the running back they already got in that backfield. I like this pick.
Put
How about
another
you?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
Brought another Zeke in the building, man. 5'11", 227. And he doesn't have blazing speed, but he still has great speed. 90
All
speed,
right.
90 excel,
All right.
90 change of direction with that brake tackle and trucking and ball carrier vision. He's ready to contribute right away,
Uh huh. And again, it's going to help that Cowboys backfield out because
especially
they
with
do
that
have.
young offensive line.
Yes, yes, yes. Yep. See how you make it go full circle? That's how you do it. All right. So we got a oldie but goodie, a name that's been familiar amongst guys that are, I would say, 35 and older in this league would know this name. Dave Meggett II. The Lions draft a 5'6", 171-pound running back out of Iowa, who's tougher than guys think. But he's one of those guys. I think you'll see special teams out of this guy more than anything. They still have their running back over there. And they got a power back and a backup over there. I think special teams here, kick return, punt returner, and a guy
Yeah,
that catches the
man.
ball out of the backfield for them.
5'6", 171. This is a situation. This is a gadget. This looks like it's a gadget guy. You bring him out here on the field. Get him some little touches here and there. You put a package together for him. I can see him turn into a package player. Special teams
Uh huh.
right away immediately, and then you'll find some ways. I'm sure this coach will find some ways to get him 4 or 5 touches a game at least. You know what I mean? Just get him involved and see what he does. See what he can develop into. maybe
Yeah,
7 to 10 touches a game. That 5 to 10 turn. You know what I mean? Just see what
I
happens
agree.
with him.
I agree. I agree. All right, we're gonna touch this fullback position for a second, and it's only because of what came out. Listen, bro. Somebody stole a superstar fullback in this draft. That was on that guy or that right rookie right here, Tommy Bynes, 6 foot. I don't know if he was
Fine.
Bynes. That's one. There's more than one in this draft. Um, where he at? His age is a little. There you go. Larry Wheatley, 6'2".
Larry
Tyrone
Wheatley.
Wheatley's nephew, 6'2", 228. Nice little blocking back. Now, where's the guy at that I'm looking for though? Where's that big body guy that came out? Where he at? I ain't talking about one of these tight end. Here you go. Nicholas Atkins. This is a running back from out of Colorado, 6'3", 250 pounds. Snake. All I'm gonna say is this. I don't know if I'm moving him to fullback, even though he has the core block. And look, what made him go to fullback is because he got 75 leads, 75 run block, 70 pass block, and he can block. His secondary core, he's a blocker, pretty solid too. But 95 stiff arm, 92 trucking, 92 break tackles. I think he's in my backfield as a running back, and I play him at fullback when I come out in situations where I need a fullback. But I think he's on my depth chart as a running back. And I think, especially out there in Green Bay, and they get cold like that, and you got a guy that can hit you with inside the tackle, running, stiff arm strong, trucking strong. He can weigh on you, and I think it makes Melvin a better player with this guy in the backfield.
Man,
If they're using right, and right now, I
you
don't think
gotta
he
have a
should be on their
Madden
depth chart.
fan.
He shouldn't be on the depth chart as a fullback. You should be plugging him in at fullback when you come out in goal line or pistol or
I
I
think
formation.
this. I don't think that this player fits this coach's scheme.
I
And
mean,
I
it's
don't, but I don't think the coach would do anything with. I think he'll be here. He'll ride or be over here. I just don't think the player fits this coach's scheme. What we've seen in the past from this coach, he doesn't really fit this coach's scheme.
I would admit, like me
And it's a
personally,
shame because he's a great player.
right? I would
He
trade for
just need
this
to get him.
guy.
I didn't say he don't need to get him involved, but
Right.
like I don't think he fit his scheme. And I don't know what the coach would do with him.
My thing is,
Sit him,
if you gonna have him as a fullback, you probably better off trading him. This guy can get you a second round pick right away. Um,
and he got the right number on him, 17.
man, she's right, bro. I don't know what we doing here.
Yeah.
What we doing here? But this guy, man, look, Dion
Hell of a
coached
pick.
this
Hell of a
guy.
pick, though.
Yeah, I guess. Hmm. All
Round
right,
three, pick 12 is still a great pick.
let's get to that mighty receiver room. Chris,
Highest overall. That's the highest overall player.
I guess at fullback. I'm not. Nah,
Hmm.
because see what happens is when he moved into fullback, because he already was a blocking guy, he did play a lot of fullback in the wing T in high school, and then he went, so he has that build. But here's my thing: at running back, you get more out of the guy. That's all I'm gonna say. But I would have did the same thing too if I'm just thinking about overall. He probably jumped from like a 80 something to a like an 84 to a 91, just getting moved
91.
fullback. Yeah, so I get it,
Uh,
but it help you overall, but does it help you? All right, let's talk about the receiver. 6'4", 225 out of Morris Brown. Chris P. Bacon goes to the Washington Commanders. 89 overall right now, 93 speed, 95 excel, 97 special catch. He comes into the building with Terry McLaurin, uh, Johan Dotson. They had Westbrook last year, and then they bring him in. How do you feel about this pick? And how do you feel about this player?
man, we've seen the development of Najee. We've seen some getting some developmental things over there, man.
They
Weapons of protection and
they went
making big steps is like
They went weapons like
dangerous.
crazy. They already had Blaze Cooley at tight end. That was really Najee's favorite target, right? Westbrook is a big body receiver that was stepping up as well. But then you bring this kid in. I mean, Snake, the guy got 98 jumping. I mean, I think this is a red zone threat that's going to be crazy for them if they use it right. Um, But just to tell you, look, another draft that had some big time size at the receiver position with some good speed on them. We saw that twice, right? Last year's draft and right now. And I just think guys didn't need to jump out the window to get these guys. Where did this kid go? Come out in the draft. I definitely don't know he wasn't the first round pick. He
Look
gets
like
him
in
the
the
third
third
round,
round.
pick 17. And this is how the receivers is supposed to look in our draft because that position is deep, man. You can always find a dog receiver. So for a lot of you guys that jump out the window, if you ain't getting a super special guy in the first round, I will wait because
Super
there's a lot
special
of them,
guy.
right? Let's see what he did though. Week 1, did he play for this team against the Cowboys? He played his rookies. Yep, 4 catches, 150 yards, bro, and a touchdown in that game. He had a day. Mm.
Heck of a debut.
And then, and not for nothing, he got a heck of a name, Chris. If you really say it fast, crispy bacon. Like you got crispy strips of bacon, little burnt toast ass nigga. You don't get out of here with these little. You know what? Let me get out of here, bro. Leave this guy alone. But crispy bacon,
Coming from McDonald's, I look at it. Of course, they play the Big Mac team over that
right,
joke.
right.
Crispy bacon, they let them eat them up on the field. Gobble
Let Chris,
gobble.
right, crispy
Oh,
bacon went crazy over there. He was on the
I
special
get
at
crispy
McDonald's.
bacon on your ass, G
Yeah.
man.
Oh my God. All right. The next receiver that's on here is the Cowboys. They
They get a
drafted
crispy bacon special.
Xavier Hayden, comes from Alabama. 85 overall, true 85 overall too. Good speed, 93 speed, 93 excel. 5'11". That gives them depth at the receiver position. After they attacked the line the way they did, I ain't mad at it. Um, but I don't think he cracks the starting lineup for them though.
Man,
Let's see
bring in
if
a
he
young
played.
quarterback last year.
Nope.
You bring in a young offensive line, and then
He didn't see it down in that game week 1, so but they got some depth there now. How about Andrew Brown? Now look, all right, they got themselves a dog here, right? I like this pick. They got him a dog here, but he already sitting on red with awareness, red with special catch already. Shit went down already. They go get them. Look, I know for a fact this coach wanted a big type receiver like this. The question is, did they need it? Here's my thing. This guy came in with a 79 overall. Even though he's a superstar, came in with a 79 overall. That means there's a lot of work to do with this guy, right?
definitely.
They got him. They definitely waited to get him, but they also went and got another receiver in the draft. I think in the second round. He had 3 catches, 13 yards. They tried to get him involved, but it's this. Look, man, just because you saw some big ass receivers with that type of speed, like you saw with Reaper Moss was over there doing for the Bucks after he got traded from the Rams, is Brown the Broncos style of receiver? Like, think about this. Can they find a way, in the way they call plays and the way they, the routes that their receivers run to get open and make things happen? Is this guy, can they do what they did with Harvin and Virgil with this guy? I don't see it. I'm not mad at the pick. I don't think they
I
needed
mean,
it though.
I'm not going to doubt him. I think he did a great job with his quarterback. So I mean, I don't know if we should we know this coach was definitely in, intrigued with the big body
Yeah.
receiver, but
But this ain't a crossing route receiver.
I
This
just
ain't
think
that
some
type of
coaches better
receiver.
know. Yeah, that ain't his thing. I think them coaches better realize that update came out and some
Mm-hmm.
shit got changed.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
hey, that's
I'm
all I'm
not
gonna say.
I'm not mad at the pick because of where he went in the draft, right? I'm not mad at the pick because he went in the fourth round, pick 23. That's a steal at that point. You gonna get the best available pair you think,
Definitely.
and especially when they was looking for a big time
And
receiver like this, and
he
he was able to
waited.
wait to get him, right?
Yeah,
But I just how does he
I
fit
ain't
in a
gonna doubt him.
Broncos system? That's the thing. We want to see what this coach can do with him. He done some special things with receivers. Now, how can you make a 6'5", 220 pound receiver? I mean, if you play him not at tight end, but if you play him and you make him run the routes your tight end run, then maybe I could see him. having a great year. But if he gonna be your number one out
He
there,
already got a top tight end in the league
I
over
know,
there.
I know. That's why I asked yourself,
So,
you looking for a corner after the draft? Could this pick have been that corner?
mm-mm-mm.
I don't know. We'll see
Oh
though.
my gosh, what
We're gonna
happened to
see though.
Virgil?
Oh my God, what happened to Bird, Joe?
Two cornerbacks over there.
All
Sheesh.
right, Kent State receiver Devon Sewell goes to the Dolphins. I think this is just another luxury pick here. My question is, can the Dolphins afford to be picking luxury when they are trying to turn around from picking at number three at this year?
I mean, when you pick three early in the third, early in every round, oh man, guess we just waiting to see what they. This is round five pick
This is
nine.
another
So
team that pick a receiver every draft. Where
yep,
does
we can see
Devon
Wes
Sewell?
Welker in the free agency.
Yeah, where does Devon Sewell fit for this Dolphins team is the question. All right, the Bucks go get
Doesn't
6'1", 195. Notre Dame, Pat McDonald, 81 overall, 91 speed, 91 excel. What did you see in this pick here?
man, best player available. I think he was a six round pick. But it goes to what you say. You don't have to jump for no wide
Seventh round
receiver. He
pick.
was a seventh round.
Seventh
He was a
round pick.
seventh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah. So like I ain't had no early picks, but it's players available and to develop out there.
All right, now the Alabama receiver goes off the board. Amani Toomer Jr. You know that's a New York Giants favorite right there. So the Giants in their first draft under the Giants franchise, they go get themselves an 80 overall receiver, 6'2", 211, 93 speed, 93 excel. I like it. I'm not mad at this pick at all.
Third
Especially
round pick.
third round. Yep. All right, so third round pick 8. The question is, what does he unlock to?
Uh-oh.
He's gonna be a star when he unlocked. I ain't mad at him. I think they needed another weapon at the receiver position over there, so I ain't really mad at that. The Falcons goes out and get Niles Milstead, 76 overall, 91 speed. Look, I ain't mad at this pick either because they got rid of Kyle Pitts. They traded Kyle Pitts and they bring in another a baby London in a sense. So I ask you, I mean, 6'4", 231, big body type of guy. You know, if they can use him to mimic some of the routes and things that Kyle Pitts was able to do, can they get use out of this guy?
And it's they moved on from Kyle Pitts, so it's kind of the Drake London show, and this team likes some big body wide receivers, I believe. Speed kills. You have that. It gives you another dimension. I think they work him in right away. It's room for it with Kyle Pitts being out there.
Well, they're
It gives
not
this
playing
team
him
some
yet
bigger
because he didn't
targets.
see the field week 1 against you at all. All right, well,
Yeah.
that's another receiver we'll pay attention to later on. Boston Richie goes to the. Now, this was a first round pick here. My question is, did the
He was
Bears
ranked
need.
in week one in our game.
Oh, this wasn't a first round. This was fourth
Yeah, the
round. I know the
Bears didn't
Bears
go.
did go first round pick, right? Didn't they go receiver first round? They got dog here, though. You stole him in the fourth round, pick 21, and he a superstar. Good speed, 94 speed. I ain't mad at it. My thing is,
You gotta be.
you ask yourself this, though.
Did you need another wide
Right.
receiver?
Where does he fit in at here? He had 2 catches, 19 yards. I don't know.
And they went wide receiver in the first round, so like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not mad at the pick. I guess with Amari Cooper being 32, Godwin being 30, and Velus Jones being 29, and then Darnell Mooney 28. I guess I understand the pick.
Yeah. It's time to get
Just
younger there.
understand it,
Yep.
man.
I ain't mad at it.
It's
Now you can see why they went
it's actually
two
shows
receivers in this
growth.
draft with
Yep,
the age of those guys.
got
Look,
old age
man,
over there.
the Steelers stole Johnny Pippen. out of Penn State.
Wow.
6'5",
Can't
225.
say that enough.
This is a steal here. This is a flat out
This is
steal,
a
and he showed up in week one, 5 catches, 127 and a touchdown. They got active with him right away. I think this is a first round pick too, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I know he's a superstar at least. Yes, nope, one his star.
he's definitely
He
first
playing like a
round.
superstar.
Yeah,
First round, yeah, first round pick though.
sheesh. Well, we know that don't mean nothing. That don't. I mean, everything's not about abilities. To be honest, it's still like 5 catches,
It
125.
is when
Sheesh,
they
first round.
threshold, and you know,
Pick
because
28.
some guys wouldn't win a game without them, but so it is. The abilities matter, but man, but look,
No,
bro,
they definitely matter, but it's just you're ahead of the game. Starting out, he 85 overall. True 85 right now.
They
True
got
84.
Look, Pickett, Pickens, Pippen, triple P's over there now.
Land of the trees. Land of the peas.
I
Welcome to land of the
don't do
peas.
they have a receiver? Do they have a receiver on their roster under 6'2"? Do they have a receiver on their team under 6'4"?
Pickens 6'3", Claypool 6'4", Elliott Curry 6'2", Plaxico 6'6", Pippen 6'5". Sheesh. Fryer move 6'5". Man, land of the Giants officially.
These niggas got a basketball team at the receiver position. Oh my God. I ain't mad at the pick. Frank McQueen goes to the Cincinnati Bengals. How you feel about that pick?
Um, we seen this. The production. We seen this team move on from Jamar Chase last year, and it's very. You're not going to get that production. Replace that production with just one guy, but
Right. Seemed like they was trying to do it though with their receiver. The one they had last year they drafted. He played well.
yeah, he definitely played well. I'm definitely not mad at his production, but this is a way to follow it right up. This is the fourth round pick 15. You know, bring you a possible slot. This is another gadget slot. Debo package like a special
Yep.
teamer. You
Special
know,
teamer guy.
take
Yep.
some stretch that field out.
There's always value in a guy that can do multiple things for you. He can come down on special teams and help your team out. You can again, like you said, he can be a gadget player. He got really good speed. Um, I'm not mad at it. They added depth to that wide receiver room over there. All right, so Jerry Starling, 5'11", 176, superstar, 94 speed, 94 excel, goes to the Carolina Panthers. So look, Cooper Cup was getting up there in age. They had to move on from him. They traded Terrence Marshall, or they looking to trade Terrence Marshall. They got Poohan over there and Jamar Chase. I think this wasn't bad, but the problem is they got three receivers this draft. I asked myself this: did they need three receivers? I don't know. Victor Cruz, Penn State, 91 speed, 95 cell goes to the Giants. The Giants are trying to revamp and bring their guys in. That's all I can say there. They're bringing their guys in right now. Jaquan Noble, so the Buffalo Bills grab another receiver. Uh, at least they didn't get him in the high round, 91, 91. I mean, this guy, think about this though. He's registering in at a 99 with no green arrows up. Special catch at 6 foot. I mean, this guy can go get the 50-50 ball. Ain't that what they do out there in Buffalo? Launch that bitch. The problem is, though, he don't got the launch speed, but he can win you some jump balls. All right, Juan Waynes, Idaho State, 5'11", 215, 84 overall. This guy got a high overall. I mean, the only knock on him is he's sitting on 88 speed, so he's a 4.6 guy. But his acceleration, his three-cone drill was crazy. 97. He's an athlete, bro. 95 speed. He almost gonna be a running back, in my opinion. The way he built. Look at this shit, Snake.
Mm-mm-mm.
95 agility, 95 change of direction, 94 special catch. He's all right, bro. This ain't a bad player. He ain't gonna burn the
That's
top off your defense, but I mean, you think about that 97 XL. I think that makes him like a 90 speed receiver, like make him like a 4 or 5 guy with that XL. Yeah, I want to see what they're gonna do with this guy right here. How they use him. Ahmad Bass, 6'3", 220 out of Clemson, 93 speed
'97 Excel. Shit.
goes to the Patriots. Man, the Patriots trying to get thicker and more depth. I don't know if they need him to play for them right away, but he played already. Four
Taquan
catches,
Thornton.
79 yards and 1 touchdown in the first game they played. He ain't a speed demon, 93 speed, but he fast. But he ain't nothing.
6'3". He got some
No,
height
he
on him too, though.
yeah 6'3" too, 93 speed, 88 excel. Got some work over here. All right, how about the
He needs some work. He
Ravens?
needs some work.
Out of Colorado, they go get Brian Meeks, 6'4", 215, 94 speed,
So
94
this the
excel,
Ravens. This is
97.
part of the Ravens' second draft, right?
Yeah, this part of their second drive. This the trade. This is actually the trade that happened after that. Look, the Raiders
Second
receiver
draft.
room, the Ravens receiver room is solid. This kid has the opportunity to actually, he's either going to do two things. He's either going to force his way on the field because of the talent level he has. But at that 83 overall right now, with the receiver room they got, he's going to probably redshirt. We're going to see him tucked on a year. He might get in and make it here, but if he get in the game and show us he can play, man, there's room for him. This is almost like uh, Reaper Moss. The problem with Brian Meeks is, and again, these are those guys that, them tower guys that went late rounds, third round, fourth round, shit like that. Brian Meeks is going to come in when he unlocked. He's going to be an X factor.
Oh shit.
That might force his way. I know he's going to develop fast. That might force his way onto the field. We'll see though. That's the rich getting richer. So why would the Ravens go make that type of trade, Snake, when they have a legit receiver room already? What does that tell
Future.
you exactly? Somebody out of there, right? All right.
Somebody about to be up out of
The
there.
Falcons, they go get. I mean, this guy got a $1.68 million penalty. So this was the what? Second round pick, third round pick, something like that.
Early third round pick.
They get themselves a
Possibly late second. Looks like an early third round pick.
speed demon, those snakes. 96 speed, 98 excel. Again, another one of those teams that just can't stay away from the receiver position. The good thing about them is they hit on that receiver position, and they're often. You know what though? But the Falcons, the way they play, they need receivers. I'm not mad at them getting another receiver. Actually, getting two receivers in the draft. Hopefully, that's all we see is two, not three. But
Second round pick,
they're five
25.
wide. They're five wide team though. Four wide receiver, five wide team. So this is big.
Hell yeah.
This is big time here. This can work for them. Did he play against you?
Um, I don't know. He threw a lot of them damn wide receivers
Yeah, he
over
had
there. He
four
trying to.
catches, 56 yards and touchdown. So he got him active.
Mm, team looking for Kyle Pitts.
All right, so the number one receiver on the board in the draft goes to the number, I think, 9 pick. What pick was this team? The computer picked this team up for the Cleveland Browns, man. Pick one, round one, pick five. To be honest with you though, Snake, he was worth the pick. I mean, you dealing with Alabama got a lot of receivers
He
that came
played.
out of this draft. 93 speed though. He had 98 special catch. That's down. What's that negative down? They lost. Let me see that negative is down right now. Yeah, minus one on deep threat, minus one on medium, minus one on special catch. So 98 special catch. What are you jumping? 99 jumping. Bro, when you got 6'6" guy that's jumping fucking 50-inch verticals, how do you stop that? Jesus.
Man,
If you had this receiver, what would be the game plan?
man, I don't even want to talk about it.
Uh,
You ain't know.
oh
Get
my
him
God.
involved early and often, man. Do we see the Browns make it? Let's see. It took two wide receivers last year, right?
Right. Yep.
Damn, 6'6" Spencer Cameron. They took John Baker, Junior Brown. They still got Anthony Schwartz. Damn, is he developing?
Yeah. As he developed though,
Here, normal. Woodnut. Damn, Woodnut. 84 ball.
he ain't developed at all. His fifth year,
50
he might as well
slashed for
trade
kills
him.
in this Madden.
Ain't nobody even gonna get him either. Nobody coming to get no Schwartz on Wood. Only an 84 overall. No development there. So
Woodnut.
with that being said, then this Spencer Cameron pick ain't bad.
Yeah.
They better use him. He got a $20.22 million fucking penalty, so they better use him. He's a top five pick. Graveyard, or we gonna see numbers out of this guy?
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Oh, guess
Close the
someone
casket.
else to be continued.
Oh
Graveyard.
man, graveyard.
Miss Goodell said close the casket over there.
Close that thing right away. Oh my god.
That
I
shit
think close the
closed
casket.
already.
If I'm 31 members in this league, I'm trying to get this guy. I'm giving him whatever for him right now. Right now, this guy, because if he's in somebody that can throw that fucking football hands, boy, oh my god, Harold Burger can throw the ball here and there. I just don't know if he fits that monster offense, that monster scheme offense they got over there. I don't know if he
Oh
fits
yeah, he
that.
do got that monster.
Yeah, so I don't know if he fit that shit. All I know is win or lose, I'm throwing that shit up to him about 8, 9 times a game. We got a Calvin Johnson Jr., 6'4", 225 out of Tennessee, 94 speed, 94 excel. He goes to the Arizona Cardinals. What do you think about this pick? You see how I'm showing you a
Hollywood
bunch of
dating.
6'4", 6'5" guys in the draft, and these guys ain't even going in the
Oh
first
shit,
round. That's what I'm talking
Hollywood got
about.
moved already, huh?
Hollywood don't play for them?
Oh no, it didn't.
Yo,
Yeah,
how the fuck
Hollywood.
he get him in the
Yeah,
fifth
I
round,
guess
bro?
it's a. Wow.
Pick 32. Oh my god.
Damn, what pick was
He ain't
that?
got no signing bonus. Was he a free agent?
Nah, I
Oh, he
picked.
got a.
Remember. I skipped this pick, so I used my fifth round pick, and I picked him for him. He was like, "Yo,
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't gonna pick him. I was gonna pick the receiver, bro." Like, so I was like, "Just make the head up trade with me, and I'll pick the guy you was actually gonna get." So I picked him for him. But motherfucking in the fifth round, bro, I didn't want to give him up at all. Like, fuck. That's why honestly, that's what made me go get Meeks when I saw that. And I'm like, damn, how it was just like Brown too. The kid Brown, I went to the Broncos. Like these niggas went in the third, fourth, fifth round. Oh my god, they were still on the board. I gotta get me one. Right? That's what it do to you. It make you be like, I gotta get me one of those. I mean, shit. Look,
Shit.
man, 6'4",
Who
six
else
six.
took one late too? That dude Max. Joseph
Pace,
Muhammad.
Pat Slate, 87. Brian goes to this is a hell of a pick. Now look, I ain't mad at this pick because they hit on this pick because this is Tyreek Hill's replacement right here. When it comes down to the Denver Broncos, this is Tyreek Hill's replacement right here, Mr. Brian, double B.
Denver Broncos.
No, Miami Dolphins.
Shit. Miami
97
Dolphins.
speed, 93 excel, wide receiver superstar with a $3.88 million penalty. So he went what, the second round?
Second round. Should have been second round.
Tyreek Hill's replacement though.
This is his second round pick. Um, 6 catches, 101 yards,
He
week
showed up
one.
right
Second
away.
round pick three.
Sure, ball and
Are we saying does he try to get rid of? Does he get rid of Tyreek Hill right now?
I don't
After
think
the
he.
draft,
Nah,
Tyreek Hill
I think he
32.
gonna. I think he gonna keep Tyreek Hill for. I think you'll try to see him put him on a block next year. Now, me personally, I will try. I would have got rid of him a year ago, but I would try to
32.
get rid of him now. I would try to get rid of him now if I'm him. I mean, because this guy is Tyreek Hill again, and the way he play, he can make that happen. So I'm getting rid of Reek. Jamie Truman, 6'3", 230 out of
32.
Miami.
Right now.
He got good special catch. I don't think the Chargers will put him on They put him through the red shirt process over there. You got Ben
Red
McCardo.
shirt program.
Yeah, look, McCardo out of Colorado. This nigga 5'11", 231 pounds. It's not a running back. Fuck, fuck Dion over there doing having a guy like that over here. Paul Peak, 5'11", 190 goes to Tennessee. Now this is a pick they need. I think they needed this type of guy. Um, yeah, I
To
think this
who
is
went to the
good.
Saints?
Saints, yep,
Paul Peak.
yes sir.
Damn, 5'11", 94, 94. It's a good pick.
And I'm surprised
And it's
nobody
not an
been.
early pick. Just what
I,
we talking about.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody saw this receiver. He was definitely down there as the undrafted, but the Keon Cannon, man, 6'5", 191 out of Maryland, 95 speed, 95 excel, 97 special catch. Got a dog there, and then Geechee Gotti goes in the first round from out of Utah to the Chicago Bears. I don't know, bro. I'm really not. I mean, let's see. Is he in it? What kind of ability? What he coming out to be? What pick the Bears had? They was in the playoffs, so they had a late first round pick. And Geechee Gotti on star. So there, we'll see. That's the receiver room. Let's check out this tight end room real fast, and before we get out of here, and we're gonna look at the tight ends. And Carl Gore, 86 speed, 88 rookie, uh, 91 special catch. Is he more of a blocker though? Yep, 74 blocking. Yeah, he's more of a blocker. Yep, more of a blocker. They needed a tight end once they traded Kyle Pitts, and you see Kyle Pitts sitting up there as the number one overall tight end in the league right now. Carl Gore comes
Man,
in. You don't replace the
damn
athleticness with
Charlie.
Kyle Pitts, but you do recover from it by bringing in an 84 overall tight end right now. Um, Nathan
But you know
Crowder.
something like that. Before you move on to play from a player like Kyle Pitts to the Chargers, like ain't that the type of player that you kind of like put out there on the block? If you like if you don't get rid of him, but if you do get rid of a player like that, ain't that the type of player that you
Yeah,
actually put
because
on the block and like
Cal Pitts would have got him a top.
prevent the frenzy game?
So, yeah, I mean that's how it be though. Cal Pitts would have got him a top 5 pick, and he would have got more than one pick, just like he got from him. He got so look, he sent Cal Pitts to the Chargers for a first, a third, and a really good 26-year-old linebacker that had 96 overall, 90 plus speed, 90 something, 95 excel. But then that first is the second, that third is the fourth. If you put him on a block and let the entire league see he on a
I
block,
believe his
you
inbox
might
for
have been
two
picking in the
seasons
top
straight,
10.
rolling on the floor, laughing, rolling on the floor, laughing.
Or, like you just said, is this a guy? He wasn't the only guy in his inbox either. I know the Raiders wanted him. He wasn't going to trade him to Max in the division, so I understand that too. You get him in the AFC and get him away from the NFC.
Right,
You ain't
and
got to
just
worry
talk
about
to
him. So I'm not mad at it at all. But look what the fucking Chiefs did. Nathan Crowder, 6'7", 270 out of Northwestern.
him.
93 speed, 93 excel, 95 special catch. They went and got them. So remember, a long time ago, Kelsey was the tight end over there for them. The sad part is they bring in a better Kelsey, bigger body Kelsey, faster Kelsey. What are they going to get out of him though? Does this help Mahomes turn his career around at this point? But this was a hell of a pick. That's why I said the Chiefs had a great draft. hmm Well,
How much
dog,
longer we gonna see Mahomes be in here?
right? Ben Scott. This was a guy out of free agency. 87 speed, 88 excel. Good blocker. He's going to help the Vikings out. They give him too deep at the tight end position. Daniel Black was the first overall pick in the draft, and now he's a Baltimore Raven. 93 speed, 93 excel, 99 special catch. We got to get him on the field. The Ravens got to get creative. With Isaiah Likely, Daniel Black, and Tyrone Vick at the tight end position, they have to get creative. The fans were disappointed in the Chargers game. But you playing a game that, even though it's week one and you want to have fun in week one, you want to get to know your team in week one, you playing a game that might, the implications of a win or a loss in that game might determine who's sitting on the first or the first seed in the AFC. So you got to play to win the game, right? But as the season goes, they're going to be in a situation where they, practice mode and things like that to find out ways to utilize those three tight ends. But we give up the house to come back and get this kid, and it's for a reason. Someone asked, y'all had the number one tight end drafted when y'all had the number one pick 2 seasons ago. Why go after another tight end? And that's pretty much in the same category. It's a reason why. It's scheme, it's strategy. It's understanding how do you take that next step with your offense, and how do you keep the wheel turning and keep guys from just keying in on what you always do or like to do, and make games a little harder because, scheme wise, guys know your plays, right? So they play you enough, they know your plays, so they chasing them plays down. How do you make them pay for that? Simple as that. All right, Hayden O'Neal goes to the Lions, another big time tight end, 6'6", 255, 90 speed, 90 excel, 96 special catch. This gives them another weapon for their young quarterback right now, superstar as well too. So that's huge for the Lions to continue to get weapons for that new quarterback they got over there. Deontay Clement, 6'3", 222, 87 speed, 90 excel. He goes to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think this is a really big pickup for the Eagles. He almost wide receiver size, right, with 98 special catch. Jesus, is he a blocker? We will almost think that they turned this motherfucker suicide in and that's the one to turn right the fuck back. Let me find out. Cause his damn sure ain't blocking nobody. Hell no. Nope. Tight end, all right. They might play him at wide receiver. A little dude though, they might play him at wide receiver. And then old dirty goes to the Washington football team, Commanders. Look, bro, all I'm gonna say is this: the Commanders are getting debt, and they're putting themselves in a situation to cater for their quarterback. Man, when you gotta throw up that quarterback, you gotta better do some things out of formations. Uh, that are tight formations and big personnel, right? Because what happens is you need to better throw the ball out of those formations as well. And I think the more you got two tight ends or two big body receivers or some speed, you can do some things guys can't cheat you on. So I think the Commanders are figuring that out right now, and that's why they go get a guy like this. And they go spend a first round pick on him, 92 speed, 92 excel, or a second round pick on him at least. Let's see where he went. At least if he stays to the second, that's huge. Yep, first round pick 17. All right, Larry Peterson, tight end that's going to come in and be more of a blocking tight end for you. 91. Look, he already sitting on the green arrows up 91. So that's plus 210 play. He's a dog already, 89 overall as a blocker. So look, man, don't tell me that the coaching staff and the GM staff for the Seahawks don't know what the fuck they doing. They already got the best offensive line behind the best run game, right? One of the best run games. But then they go get a tight end. That his strength is blocking to add to what they do best, which is run the football. Hell of a fucking pick. But and this is number 2 tight end in the draft, and if I don't know if he's a superstar or not, but if he is, this is a win. Oh Lord, Ray does it again, bro.
He's
Yeah,
superstar.
Ray does it again, bro. This guy, man, he's doing it again. He said, I don't care if he got 84 speed, 84 excel. You fucking stay away from him if you want to. That blocking is special over there. And he got enough speed to still get in the route game for you over there. So, hey. Let's go. All right, we're going to stop here. We'll pick up on the offensive line tomorrow. But as you can see, man, guys are digging in. And here's the franchise guru. You know you're dealing with Snake when it comes down to the draft recap. And we talk about the diaper dandies. Get yours and make yours do some weapon shit. If you got a weapon, make sure he's shit so we could talk about him positive. Because if he dog shit, we going to let you know about it. Holler when you holler. You heard?
Peace.